Welcome back. Yeah, that was for that one guy that commented on my last video, so hope you're still watching because if you're not, I'm just speaking into the void at this point. So today I want to build an SMTP server, and unlike the last video, we don't have an SMTP class in Java, so I will be just using sockets. And I want to say a couple of things. So how are we going to do it? Unlike the last video, I don't have a script for this video, so I think you realize that's but I have no idea what to say. So let's start with the topic. Let's start that and yeah, the only documentation I could find was this 1982 paper written by probably the literally founder of SMTP. So that's a little old and it like has 60 pages. So I will be reading that. Unlike last video, I didn't build the server this time, so I am recording this before the server. We can say that. Yeah, it's right now. Uh, Today is 18th of May, and I will be keeping updates. I probably will going to make this in couple parts of videos because it's a really big project, and I don't want to. I still want to keep uploading videos in this channel. I will be making couple parts. First part is probably going to be the bare minimum of SMTP. We are going to send a single email in the first part. So I don't know about other parts. I didn't even send a single mail yet. Throwing things around. So yeah, let's start. It's the 21st of May now, and I wanted to give you some quick context before I begin interpreting the code. As you can see here is the repo for the project. I put here so far what I built. It's barely functional right now, so I wouldn't recommend, but you can find it under description and hopefully you can start it. And let's begin by using our eye blading paint. We are going to send an email that's under our own domain name like this to another email service provider like Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail, whatever you want to send it to. And so when it arrives, it can look like this. As you can see, it's sent from my own domain name and it looks cool because it's my own. And you might ask, how are we going to do this? We are going to use the SMTP protocol, which is a protocol written in 1982. You can find it in this paper that I will also be putting under description. And it recently got some updates to it. And I mean recently, I mean 2008. So it's still older than me, and we can. So how are we going to use this protocol again? And we are going to use Java sockets, and because Java is the best language here, we can use Java sockets to write literally anything, and we are going to use it to send and receive TCP packets that will implement our SMTP protocol here, which you use the TCP to function. TCP is like the underlying protocol that's used to send and receive other things like HTTP requests or the ones that I will build in the last video. HTTP protocol. Java had a helper class for HTTP. It's called HTTP server, and it helps. So I didn't need to work with sockets, but it doesn't have an SMTP class. That's unfortunate. So we're going to use just raw sockets here, and we are basically going to use these messages that is stated on the paper. You can see it's mail from RCPT, and we're going to send them in plain text because I didn't bother to implement TLC yet. I don't know it was called TLC, it's probably. Oh yeah, I didn't bother to implement TLS yet, so we are going to use plain text on port 25, and if you're wondering, port 25 is for plain text. And if you're also trying this like me, you might try smtp.gmail.com if you lack resources like me, because while implementing this, why it took 3 days, and my answer will be because there is literally no resources, and the best resource I can find was these papers and a site like this that's used to find MX entries. And you can see, you can go like SMTP testers. It's going to give us the useful SMTP conversation here. I use this a lot, and yeah, this is the DNS name, domain name that we are going to use to send our SMTP messages if you want to send to a Gmail account. If you use smtp.gmail.com, it's not going to work because this address is only for Gmail users. It means that if you want to send an email under Gmail's name to another server, or maybe again to Gmail accounts using SMTP, I don't know why would you want to do that, but you can go and use this domain name. But in our case, we want to use another domain name, which is our own domain name, so we will be using one of these addresses here. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I will be explaining in the code section here. I will be cutting to it. Don't get out of the video. This is not it. That's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it, not it. So let's start. So here we are, and I will just start right away by importing our libraries. These are default libraries from Java, and let me just add the boilerplate code for the main class. And yeah, what I did is I created a new class called email, and here are some private instance variables, and this is the constructor for it. You can stop it and read it, or you can check the GitHub link in the description if you want to take your time. And here I created the method to easily send packets in text format, because while implementing the protocol, I thought it would be easier to just write it, and I don't want to think about it, because we will be writing a lot of packets, you will see. So let's first write this, and we get the writer and print the message into it. Pretty basic stuff. We send the message to server with flash, and we log it into the CLI for aesthetic purposes. And then what I did is I also created another method for handling input streams, because input streams can become some problems, because it's hard to read and write it streams in general. And as you can see, we also have a thread.sleep variable there, because the handle.is should ideally wait for the response of the server, but I didn't implement that yet, so you'll just stick with the default time. And here is the handle is method. We create a new buffer of char array to write the input stream to it using input stream reader. And yeah, we just write the input stream into the buffer, and then we create a for loop to reconstruct that char array to a string. And yeah, we basically check for error codes 5 or 1, and if that happens, we cache that and throw an exception. If we are cool, it means there are no errors, and we just print the output of the server again for aesthetic purposes. Then we just reset the string, and yeah, that's pretty much it to start sending packets. So let's go up again, and Here, as you can see, we created a new email object, which is fraud, to port 25, and then we first going to send our hello message and followed by mail from rcp to data, and here's our body of messages. It starts after data and it should start with header first, because if you don't include from to subject or message id, these are the minimum things to include. And in message id we also need a unique message id every time we send a new email, and I just created a method random, and we just hope that it doesn't generate the same code or twice or something. I don't know, we just use a low. It probably won't, so we just keep going, and we here is the body of the message. As you can see, there are args followed by 0, 1 and 2 in braces. That just, if you don't know, it gets the arguments from the CLI while you run the Java file, and the first one is going to be the mailers you're going to send, and followed by subject, and here the body of message. Then after we write the body of the message, we create a new line, and to tell the server that we are done with the body, we just send an empty dot in a empty line, so that's how it knows. And if we did everything correct so far, after the dot, server is going to send us a 220 response code, and we will know if it worked. So let's compile this and run, and as you can see, it worked. We can trace through the messages. As you can see, I sent the yellow message here, and you can see the response codes. So yeah, for the end of the video, here is a clip of me reacting after I sent the first email, and that's it. Yeah, here's a little status update, and wait. That's it. We sent our first email. I just did this, and the first part of the video is probably until here, and I don't know what I'm going to say because I didn't start recording the video yet. I mean the video I'll be posting right now. What I do right now is just finish the thing and I phone and start recording. So I don't know what the first part is going to cover. I will probably put in the end of the video. So